So hello all, in this video I am going to explain about Prelims 2021 first 10 questions. So let's get started. So Bhavabhuti, Hastimala and Kshemeshwara were the famous playwrights. When coming to Bhavabhuti, he is the 8th century scholar of India and noted for his poets and plays which was written in Sanskrit. And when it comes to Hastimala, he is the 13th century Kannada poet and also writer of Hoysala Empire. And Kshemeshwara was 11th century scholar of Sanskrit poet from Kashmir in India. Some of the works attributed to them was coming to Bhavabhuti. He depicts the early life of Rama. Depicts means indicates, which indicates this Mahavira Charita indicates the early life of Rama, Lord Rama. And Malati Madhava is also the play by Bhavabhuti. It is a play based on the romance of Malati and Madhava. And Uttara Ramacharita, this depicts the Rama's coronation and the abandonment of Sita and their reunion. And second question is regarding to RBI Act 1934. See, according to section 8 of the RBI Act 1934, the governor and governor of RBI and 4 deputy governors are appointed by central government. But according to section 7 of the RBI Act 1934, certain provisions in the RBI and RBI Act 1934 gives the right to the central government to issue directions to the public interest with the interest of public. And in case of absence of governor, the deputy governor only takes charge of all the business of the bank. On the behalf of governor, this deputy governor takes charges. What all the duties of governor is there, this deputy governor takes charge of everything. And the governor of RBI draws his powers from RBI Act 1934. And coming to third question, if the currency value gets devaluated, if the currency value gets decreased, completely falling down of currency value, then the improvement of domestic exports competitiveness increases in foreign markets. Okay, improvement of domestic exports means there will be increasing competitiveness. Okay, competitiveness gets increases in foreign markets because here our currency value got decreased, right? Value has fallen down. And at the same time, if the currency value gets devaluated, then there is a loss to our imports because here the currency value has fallen down in our country. So that's why it is also becomes loss to our imports, whatever the goods are importing to our country. And in India in the year 1999, the currency value devaluated for the purpose of increasing exports. Coming to fourth question, why the creation of money in India causes main worry? Why the creation of black money in India causes main worry to the government of India? See, it is the main worry they asked because the other reasons can also comes like diversion of resources to the purchase of real estate and investment in luxury housing, or investment in unproductive activities and purchase of precious stones, jewelry, and large donations to political parties and growth of regionalism. So these are also the reasons of creation of black money in India causes worry. But the main worry to the government of India because the loss of revenue to the state treasurer, state exchequer due to tax evasion. In the government perspective, whoever are earning lakhs of money but they are not paying tax, then it comes under black money because we are not contributing it for the development of country. So that's why it comes under black money. See, if we are living in a country as a city, see, this is the India, we are living in this India as a citizen, so we have to contribute something for the development of our country because our country has been providing us a lot. So this is why the black money, this is what the black money. And when it comes to fifth question, as per Social Security Code 2020, so these are the 4 codes which were brought up in the year 2020. So as per this Social Security 2020, casual workers of more than 10 members, remember, more than 10 members in an organization covers under EPFO, Employees Provident Fund Organization, and that those casual workers should be in regular working hours. I can say, for example, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. regular working hours means, and they get payment after overworking. And as per the notification of the government, the wages of any industry will be given, the salaries, the wages means here salaries, the salaries of any industry will be given in the form of bank through check, not in the form of cash. This is as per the Social Security Code 2020. So this is the fifth question. And coming to sixth question, recession. So as we all know that this is a basic term of economy. Recession means falling down of growth, means completely falling, negative growth rate, we can say negative growth rate. So when an economy is in recession, then how to rise the growth in an economy? So for that the answer will be by cutting the taxes and decreasing the interest rates. So this is a one reason to rise the growth in an economy when economy falls in recession. And another is we have to increase in expenditure on public projects. We have to increase in expenditure on public projects. Coming to seventh question, a market demand for a good might increase. Sorry, here the spelling mistake has occurred. It is the might. So the market demand for a good. See, if one good is there, so what is the reason that goods market price has to increase? So the answer will be when the price of its substitute increases, then its demand for a good increases, and at the same time substitute has to increase, and at the same time itself product price has to fall. Okay. And what is substitute good? So here substitute means the good which we are using on behalf of a particular good. So when substitute good price increases, then automatically the demand for good also increases. When the price falls, definitely it decreases. Demand for good also. See, when the goods price falls, then the demand for a good also increases. And see here in question, in actual UPSC paper question, there are also given options of like price of its complement increases. So why this is not answer means, see, if the price of its complement increases, then additional goods price also increases, and people will think that what is the use of purchasing this good. So that's why the demand won't increase when price of its complement increases. And the next option is also given that good is an inferior good and income of consumer increases. So what happens in this case means, if the good is an inferior good and income of consumer increases also, they won't purchase it, because during this situation people will see about high quality of goods. Okay, when it comes to 8th question, this is regarding urban cooperative banks. Urban cooperative banks are supervised by RBI, and these urban cooperative banks are also has a state level boards. These urban cooperative banks can also issue equity shares and preference shares. So let me explain you what is equity shares and preference shares. So equity shares are, in equity shares the investors has their right to vote and share their profits, and can share their profits, and then they can also claim the company's assets. And we can also consider equity shares are long-term financing sources for the company, and equity shares are non-redeemable. Non-redeemable in the sense means hopeless or irreparable. See, equity means we all know that owner, so that's why these are the long term financing sources of company. Preference shares, when it comes to preference shares, so these in these preference shares, the company offers these shares to its promoters or to friendly investors. So these are about equity shares and preference shares. And urban cooperative banks are brought under the purview means expansion of the Banking Regulation Act 1949 through the amendment in 1966. In 1966, sorry. And coming to ninth question, Indian government bond yields are influenced means impacted. Indian government bond yields are impacted by. For this, the answer will be actions of the US Federal Reserve. Means here in US, the interest rate increases or decreases, that also influences on Indian bonds. And another answer will be actions of RBI. And another thing will be inflation and short term interest rates. So these are all impacts which falls on Indian government bond yields. When it comes to 10th question, this is about foreign direct investments. So it is asked that which are all included in foreign direct investment. Here the answer is GDR, ADR, IDR, global depository receipts, American depository receipts, and Indian depository receipts. So let me clarify about this. So what is global depository receipts means? uh, these are the instruments issued in abroad by an Indian company to raise funds in a foreign currency, and these is traded and listed on foreign stock exchange. And when it comes to American depository receipts, these American depository receipts are the depository receipts which are issued by the US company. And when it comes to Indian depository receipts, it is issued to citizen of India. So these are about first 10 questions of UPSC Prelims 2021. Thank you.